Hey Bison fans, it's Lipscomb Athletic Director Philip Hutchison welcoming you to the 2020-2021 men and women's basketball season. We've had 90 years of exciting Lipscomb activity here on our Lipscomb campus, and while a lot of things will be the same this year, some things, as you might expect, are going to be different. Starting with what you're looking at right here. As soon as you enter the arena, everybody's wearing a mask at all times in the crowd unless you're actively eating or drinking. So let's remember that. If you don't have a mask when you walk in, we have extra to give you. But let's go on inside and see what else we want to learn about this year's experience at Lipscomb basketball. So when you walk in the arena, the first thing you're going to notice is one of these temperature machines. You're going to walk up, they're going to take your temperature, and they're going to check to make sure that everything is okay before you ever get into the arena. If temperature checks out, go on into the arena. If it's not checking out, you're going to have to watch it on ESPN this year.
All right, you're good to go.
All right, let's go. You've come into Allen Arena. You've had your temperature checked. They've asked you if you have any symptoms. You've answered no. You're ready to go to your seat or to the concession stand. As you start walking, notice on the floor the directional arrows showing you which way the traffic flows. Also, make note to remember about the socially distant signage that we have on the floors and on the walls, reminding you to keep at least 6 feet between you and your fellow fans for the safety of all. Let's head on into the Hall of Fame room. Lipscomb fans, this is as close as I'll ever get to being Crocodile Dundee. Look at those beautiful bison behind me. Okay, anyway, so wanted to tell you about the Hall of Fame room here this year. In the past, this is where the National Bison Club members have been at halftime, where they can enjoy snacks and food and drink and then watch some of the game, halftime activities, that sort of thing. But this year, because of what's going on campus, we've made this into a satellite dining option. As you can see, it's behind us right now. We have students who are getting their dinner, and you can do the same when you come to the game. There'll be hot entrees, salads, sandwiches, drinks. So if you want to do that in here, you're welcome to do it. Any fan can do it. Also, if you want to get regular concession items, we'll have both of our concession stands open in the front, and you can get popcorn, drinks, and other things like that out front. Now, you remember me telling you earlier how the front Hall of Fame room was not going to be in use for the National Bison Club members this year. So you might have thought, well, I'm a National Bison Club member, what am I going to do? Good news, we've got the answer for you. Come on inside the McQuitty Gymnasium. Yep. And before I go any further, hand sanitizer all over the arena. Be sure and use these as you walk around. Come on in. As you can see, McQuitty looks totally different. 10 times as bright as it was before. Paint, new padding, new branding up here. As an Under Armour partner, you'll notice the prominent Under Armour logo there. A great practice facility for our men and women's basketball team and volleyball team, but also a great place this year to have our National Bison Club hospitality. Note this, it's going to be before the game. 1 hour before the game, you can come in here and get something to eat, something to drink. We'll have high top tables, as you see right here, all around the gym so that you can spread out safely while you eat and enjoy your food. And then once you do that, you can head on back into the arena to get ready for the game. If you're in here approximately 30 minutes before the game, you'll get to hear, as a National Bison Club member, a scouting report from one of our assistant coaches as they break down the game before you go in to watch the big game. All right, now we're in the South Concourse of Allen Arena. For those of you familiar with our campus, this is the baseball field end of Allen Arena. It's the other main entrance for the games this year. We'll have a temperature check station here. We'll have the questions that we'll ask on the front end, and then we'll direct you around to your seat from there. If you're familiar with our setup here, you'll know that this is usually where our Junior Bison Club makes their home. Usually we have a bounce house over here and balloon animals, but this year, because of social distancing, we're going to have to change things a little bit. So we will not have that, but we will have some activities that they can take back to their seat, only for Junior Bison Club members. We'll also have a station where they can get a snack at the first game of our conference season. They'll be able to get their t-shirt. So if you haven't signed up for the Junior Bison Club yet, look at the information on the screen right now and be sure to join so you can cheer on your Bisons as an official Junior Bison Club member. Okay, Bison fans, don't tell Coach AF, but we are in the Lipscomb men's basketball locker room. It may be the first time for some of you, and we're going to the whiteboard for a little halftime instruction. 3 numbers I want you to remember this year. Number 1, 800. Even though Allen Arena typically seats over 5,000 fans, because of social distancing this year, we're only going to be allowed approximately 800 fans into the arena. That means if you have season tickets, you are guaranteed to get a seat, but after that, it is first come, first served. So you'll want to get your season tickets if you can. If not, we're going to try to pack as many students as we can in there and other fans, but you'll need to get here early. And best chance is to get season tickets. That way you're guaranteed a seat. Now, number 2, you want to remember this. 1125. What is that? Well, actually, it's helpful that way. That's our first game, November 25th. Just 1 week or so away, we open up here in Allen Arena, and then we go on until the end of February and hopefully into March Madness. That's number 2. The third number you want to remember, it's actually a series of numbers. 888-111. Kind of sloppy, but you get the point. 888-111. You want to text the word Bisons. B-I-S-O-N-S. Bisons to 888-111. That's the way to get text alerts this year if anything changes. And if we know anything about 2020, it's that things are going to change. So if there's a game time change, if there's a schedule change, an opponent change, any sort of changes this year to our schedule or what's going on the road or at home, if you'll text to 888-111, text the word Bisons, you'll be added to our text alert system to make sure that you get the latest Bison basketball information. So one of the biggest differences you're going to notice when you come to the games this year is how we have to seat. Social distancing. 6 feet apart. I've got some of our Bison teammates here to help us show what we need to do when we come in. Every seat is going to be blocked off on the end. You're only going to be able to sit on every other row. It'll be clearly marked. If there's a sticker on the seat, don't sit in it. If you're there with a family member, a roommate, somebody you're close to, you can sit together with them. But if you don't know the people you're with, go to the next section. Sit 3 seats away, 6 feet apart. That way we can enjoy the game with social distancing. If you come to the game and you sit down and you have somebody, maybe you don't know or a fan from the other team sit next to you, and you're saying, hey, I don't know this guy, let us know, and we'll encourage them to move to a better spot. So if you're used to coming to Bison basketball games, you know where I am right now. I'm on the Allen Arena floor, and we are right behind where the home bench usually is. Typically, it is on the sideline, on the purple sideline there, and the fans are right in behind our team so they can hear and see everything that's going on. But again, because of social distancing, you're going to have to go back. These seats will not be pushed out this year. They'll be all the way in against the wall, and if you're used to coming into the games on the floor level, you cannot do that this year. You have to come in from the concourse. That means if you park in one of the garages or if you come in off the campus, you've got to start out on the concourse and walk your way down to the seats on the home team side. You cannot walk up to your seat. Now on the other side, the seats will be pulled out, but you can only start on about row 6 and then go on up into the arena. So again, probably best to start in the concourse and come down to your seat. Just one more change that we have to do because of social distancing. If you're a Bison fan, this is one of your favorite parts of the game. After a big Bison victory, all the kids rush out on the court to get to shoot on the goals just like the big kids do. Here's little Tanner Schulman. Actually, he's a player for us, Tanner Schulman, Chattanooga, Tennessee. But Tanner's working on his game just like our junior Bisons like to do after a game. But unfortunately this year, we're not going to be able to do that on the court. So after the game, you can wave to the players, you can tell them great job, but we're not going to be able to shoot on the court. But we will have some other great things for our junior Bisons to do this year to make up for it. Bison fans, in the history of lucky days, this may be the luckiest few, if any, Bison fans have ever had a chance to be in the sacred halls of the ESPN studio in Lipscomb's Allen Arena. Yes, that's right. Every Lipscomb game is broadcast on the ESPN family of networks, and it all happens right here. Now, we know you would love to be in person at every game, but that's not always possible. So if you are unable to make it, be sure and tune in on ESPN on your computer, on your iPad, on your laptop, on your TV, on your Apple TV, on your phone. Any and all of those ways you can tune in and watch the Bisons, every Bison game, every Lady Bison game on the ESPN Family Network. Bison fans, thanks so much for joining us on this tour of Allen Arena as we've shared with you some of the changes that are going to come with Bison basketball and Lady Bison basketball in 2020-2021. Now I'll tell you, while there are a lot of changes going on, some things have not changed, and part of that is the fun of watching our teams compete. I've had the chance to watch them both plenty of times in practice this year, and you are going to love getting to see them on the court. So please follow our teams. The first way to do that, lipscombsports.com. That gives you all the stories, all the rosters, all the schedules. It tells you everything you need to know about our team, lipscombsports.com. Don't forget the number I showed you in the locker room, 888-111, and text the word Bisons with an S on the end. Yes, we know it has an S on the end. That's part of what makes us special. Bisons to 888-111, and that will give you real-time text updates if there are any changes at all this year to the time, to the schedule, the opponent, anything. You'll get that information there. Finally, follow us on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. You can see all of the links here below, but be sure and follow our teams, cheer us on, get ready for us to make another run to March Madness. Go Bisons! What? You're still here? It must be because you want tickets to the Bison games. Well, remember, if you want tickets, season tickets or individual game tickets, go to lipscombsports.com and click on the Buy Tickets link, or you can email to tickets@lipscomb.edu, or you can dial 615-966-4373 to get your tickets for Bison basketball. Horns up and go Bisons!